Welcome to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the Indiana Pacers and the Indiana Fever. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at this stadium, and of course this 50-second stadium review is brought to you in partnership with Pull Tab Sports. Check them out for all things sports, culture, and entertainment across the Midwest. So we are going back in time a little bit for this stadium review since it's been on the back burner. This trip was actually in November of 2022, whoops, but never got around to editing it. I felt like now's the perfect time with the Pacers in the NBA Finals. Why not go ahead and make this video? The arena lies in downtown Indianapolis and opened in 1999 as Concourse Fieldhouse. It was later named to Bankers Life Fieldhouse. I actually went to a concert when it was named Bankers Life Fieldhouse, and they changed the name in 2021 to its current name of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Pacers have been the primary tenants in the building since opening in 1999, with the Indiana Fever of the WNBA moving in a year later in 2000. The stadium's also been host to the Indianapolis Ice of the Central Hockey League, the Indiana Fire of the AFL, and the Indiana Mad Ants of the NBA G League. I got there nice and early to get some exterior shots in the light, and I absolutely love this giant atrium area that they have right next to the arena, as it looks really sleek and modern, but definitely has some old school nostalgia with the brick exterior. But I had to get suited up for the game, so I went to a nearby mall and actually hit up a lids to grab a lid that would do well for me. Yeah, I know it's not even a Pacers lid, but I have the Pacers colored flannel, and I kind of like the Colts, so we're gonna rock with this Colts hat. Now, the area around the stadium was actually pretty vibrant, this being in the wintertime, not so lively outside, but these patios definitely had some promising potential. And once in the stadium, we got to have a look at the giant atrium, as this is just a massive gathering space before you even go into the arena and have your tickets checked. I love how they have all the Pacers players up on the wall. That was absolutely hilarious that they have a number 0 and a number 00. Finally, into the stadium, love the sleek modern design. As you can tell, this has definitely been updated more recently. The LED light panels above are a fantastic touch. Had to check out the massive multi-level team store before walking around the rest of the concourse, and I absolutely love how the stadium's brick line gives you a really good old school basketball feel, since after all, Indiana is the state of basketball. After exploring more of the lower level, seeing down into the seating bowl, and picking up a free program, we headed up to where we were sitting in the upper deck and got a nice view into the private club level in between the lower and upper bowls on our way up. The upper concourse was a lot more tight and narrow, but I love how it kept the theme of the bricks and the new LED lights lining a bunch of bars. And I also like these views where you can see down to the street below. I imagine on day games would be nice to have some natural light. What was really interesting is you could see into the Pacers practice facility, which is on the upper level of a building just right across the street. Then one of my favorite parts about the upper concourse was this giant overlook, which was over where all the players were before, that looks down into the atrium area, as you get a great view down to that entire atrium and you can see everyone filtering into the stadium. They had a little prize spin wheel as well, and I was thankful to win a free cup so I didn't have to spend a ton of money on water. And I went to go find my seat. Now, this being an older NBA arena, a lot of the older ones have absolutely massive upper decks where you feel like you're forever away from the court, and that was definitely the case here, as it reminds me a lot of the Target Center in Minneapolis, and it feels like you're just forever away from the court. But I did pick up these seats for like $6, so I can't really complain. Taking a look at the entire seating bowl, you can see how the corners are kind of sloped down in the upper level, which is pretty cool, as there's 3 main levels of seating, and it seats a total of over 17,000 for basketball. However, honestly, it feels like a lot more just because how massive the upper deck is. And some really nice private little box areas at each one of the baselines. We also got some great views into the banners and the ceiling with a bunch of cool catwalks as we got ready for game time. But first, we met up with Mark the Ballpark Hunter, who actually lives in the Indianapolis area. We've become friends both doing YouTube stadium review type things, so go check out his channel as well. During the pregame hype video, they had a race car out on the court, which I thought was an excellent touch, since Pacers is a reference to the Indy 500 in the pace car. And we're ready for tip-off. Of course, had to grab myself a hot dog, but this was before the days that we made hot dog ratings a standard thing throughout all stadium review episodes, so sorry, no hot dog rating today. I really enjoyed some of the promos they had going on, especially when they were dropping parachutes from the catwalks. Pretty funny seeing people up there, high up on the catwalks as well. And then the spicy shrimp eating contest they had was absolutely hilarious. Just setting it up at center court is great. Then watching the contestants' faces was absolutely wild. I did really like how the Spirit Squad came all the way up to the upper sections as well, as you still felt part of the atmosphere, even from way up. More fun entertainment with this hula hooping lady balancing on a ball.
Order to get a selfie.
And then we snuck our way into the club and suite level to have a little walk around. No one checked our tickets, no one really cared, so hey, it was adventure time.
We're not supposed to be here.
And near the end of the game, we made our way closer down to the court, and what's really interesting is this long tunnel passageway that they have that leads right down to the courtside seats, but those were heavily guarded, so we found another place where we could sneak in for a little bit to watch the end of the game. And as the Pacers were trailing late, the crowd really thinned out, and the Pacers would end up falling to the Minnesota Timberwolves by a final score of 101-115. Hope you enjoyed this look around the Pacers Gainbridge Fieldhouse. If you did, be sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see lots more stadium reviews just like this one. Thanks. Bye.